You know, I wasn't surprised at NASCAR's reaction. You know, I felt like it was a decision that they needed to make, and I respect that decision, and I took the consequences and the repercussions of that, and we're still dealing with them today, and we'll still deal with them for a while. There's no question. In regards to whether or not there's a clear, defined line, no, there's not. Will there ever be? No. I think this sport has been driven for so many years off that rule book and how to find the gray area. And the gray area with the crew chiefs, with car chiefs, with our body hangers back at the shop, trying to figure out exactly how far we can go. You go that far and you push the envelope, and sometimes you get slapped, and or maybe a little bit worse than that. And I think that we saw that this past weekend. And whether all the drivers want a clear, defined line, I don't know that we'll ever see that. So it's just, you got to be smarter. I certainly was not smart in my actions on Friday night, and I get that. And so for me, the decision needs to be different come next time around in the heat of the moment. And sometimes, it's like, when you're that close to fire, are you just going to stay warm, or are you going to get burned by it? And obviously, this week I definitely got burned by my own fire.
Okay, back to Jim back there, and then David.
Jim Uttershaw, Observer. Quick question for Joe, a quick question for Kyle. Joe, aside from next week's race at Homestead, next season, does anything that's transpired from this incident affect the number or the ability of Kyle to drive in nationwide and truck races next season?
I think as far as Kyle's schedule is something we've talked about, and we're going to continue to work our way through that. Kyle has 40-something people working over there. We have a large number of our race team is devoted to nationwide. And so I think that's something that we'll just continue to work through. That's one of the issues we talked about that we'll continue to look at and discuss and work through with Kyle.
And Kyle, I know you said you haven't been following Twitter, but there is a large segment of your fans who have been supportive of you during this incident. Just your thoughts on how what you think you have to do to kind of when you talk to them in the coming weeks or see them how do you kind of reconnect with your fans after this incident?
That's something else that may be in the process down the line on how to reconnect with the fans and get have them have a better understanding of who I am. But certainly I do appreciate any of the fan support that has been out there. I hope people, whether it be Twitter or wherever, do recognize that it's not in my best mindset to be on there reading all whether they're positive or negative comments. So for me, I appreciate my fan base, and I know that they're out there. I know that there's whether it's small or whether it's large, there's a legion of fans that do support Kyle Busch and do support M&M's, Interstate Batteries, Toyota, Joe Gibbs Racing, all the folks in regards to all that. So, for me, it's something that, I've come into the sport when I was 18 years old. At 16, got booted, came back when I was 18. And, it's been a struggle for me since that day. And certainly I've gained a bit of a fan base, and I've upset some people in this past week, sure. But I'm here to do the best I can of my ability with the leadership of Joe and JD that we've already shown through this year, and we'll continue to show in the future that we want to be around here for a long time.